of us who've been in Argentina for the last 3 weeks have certainly realized that the interest in rugby union football is deeper and far more knowledgeable than we had previously thought. And I think that you at home too will agree that the standard of the football is a lot higher than perhaps you had appreciated previously. Well, today is the big day. In the first so-called test, the Pumas beat Wales and of course were cock-a-hoop. Today, Welsh honour is at stake and they've got to try and even the score. And the atmosphere in and around the Gimnasia y Esgrima here in Buenos Aires, very reminiscent of that in Westgate Street on a Saturday morning before a big game. This then is the big day, and this is how the teams line up for the big game. For the Pumas, one change from the side that beat Wales 9-5. Nestor Loco Perez coming in at number 13 on the left wing instead of the giant Travaglini. Otherwise, the same team that beat Wales 9-5, and very much hoping naturally that they're going to do the same again today. And there are 5 changes in the Welsh side. Stuart Ferguson of Swansea comes in on the left wing instead of Andy Morgan, undoubtedly as an extra place kicker. At outside half, Bob Phillips replaces Philip Bennett. In the second row of the pack, Max Wiltshire comes in to join his clubmate Billy Mainwaring of Aberavon, and in the front row, Norman Gale of Llanelli and Walter Williams of Neath take the place of Brian Rees of London Welsh and Brian Butler of Llanelli. And the pitch heavier than it's been there with overnight rain and the rain this morning, and this resulted in the 2 curtain raiser matches being cancelled or postponed so that the ground wouldn't be churned up for the big game. And it's Bob Phillips to start the game for Wales, playing from left to right, and taking it there was Farina, the front row forward, but the referee today, Senior Ken John as he's known here of the London Society, who has a very close association with rugby in this part of the world. Well, that was a mark from the opening kick of the game. Norman Gale is on it, and it's Farina looking for and finding touch just inside the Welsh half. Laurie Daniel, number 5. Mainwaring losing it there. Silva has it. Echegare to Dotting Alonge, and it's a little grubber kick there to John Williams on his own 25. And a good one there by John Williams. The youngest player on the field at 19, taking play into the Pumas half. Gale in the front of the line-out, behind him Walter Williams, and Wiltshire coming just in front of Walter Williams there, behind him John Lloyd, Mainwaring, Dennis Hughes. And it was Daniel going for the quick one there, but not quite getting it. The Puma hooker Handley, and the front row Janias and Farina, the props. Way back there to Gray, Gray being badly held back there, and the referee saw it, a penalty to Wales, and shall it be a place kick? And it's Ferguson coming up, Stuart Ferguson of Swansea, to take this place kick for interference with Tony Gray at the back of the line-out. And this will be a 40-yard kick. 6 minutes gone, and Stuart Ferguson to try to make it 3-0 to Wales. It's a good one. And it hit the posts. And it's Silva underneath his own post there. And a very near thing there for Ferguson. A good kick, just slightly to the right. Laurie Daniel to the line-out. Number 9 there, Norman Gale, Wiltshire behind him. And again, a whistle for a line-out infringement, and this time it's against Wales. Silva with the ball. And it's a penalty there to the Pumas. Jugado, the kicker. And he takes play just up to the halfway line. Laurie Daniel to the line-out. Not much of a gap there now. And this time Wiltshire has it. But he's in trouble. And a good heel there by the Argentinians, but not fast enough, not clean enough. And a penalty to Wales for offside from that maul. John Williams coming up to take the penalty. Nearly 8 minutes gone, no score. And that's a better one. And with the rain starting again after a dry beginning to this game, it's Perez to the line out, just outside the Pumas 25, and we'll have a set scrum. Glyn Turner of Ebbw Vale. A lot hinges on this young man today. Holding it in the back row, looking for the offside, and now Turner to Phillips. Ball doing the dummy, and Phillips a nice break, and it's a pass out there to Ferguson. Ferguson being challenged by Seaton, well brought down there as Dawes comes up, and ball goes out of play just short of the Pumas line. Good attacking movement there by the Welsh three-quarters. The ball was knocked on in the process, and with play in the Puma 25, Echegare into the scrum. Good heel by Handley to Darting-Alonge, and we're still in Puma territory. Stuart Ferguson to the line out. Wales on the attack. Good one to Gray there, back to Morris. And now the heel, and it's a penalty for offside, and a chance again for Stuart Ferguson to take the lead after a good attempt earlier on. Just over 10 minutes gone in the first half. Ferguson, the full-back and wing from Swansea, just inside the Pumas 25. Head down. And it looks good. Wales 3, the Pumas 0. Penalty by Ferguson after just over 10 minutes play. Well, that's the sort of score that Wales needed in that first 11 minutes to get their tails up a little. And now if we can see a repetition of the three-quarter play we saw in the last 20 minutes of the last match but one, then this crowd, not a capacity crowd today, the rain will have kept a lot of people away, but the tickets were sold out anyway. Darting-Alonge to restart the game, and it's Billy Mainwaring as a reception committee for the advancing silver, and Anthony was there as well. And we're just outside the Welsh 25. Perez to the line, back to Silva, nicely there to Echegare, Darting-Alonge with a knock-on there. And it's John Lloyd coming through, and now a quick heel for Wales, but we'll have a set scrum for the knock-on. Number 7 going down there for the Pumas is Chester. This will be his third game against Wales on this tour. Turner to the scrum. To Phillips. Phillips could be in trouble there. Ah, he's made the break, and if he finds touch with that, it'll be a good one. Seaton after it. A good touch finder there by Bob Phillips of Newport and Oxford University. Wales having the better of play territorially so far, and indeed all round. Perez to the line out, and a set scrum. Good position for attack here, and to my left I can see that John Williams has come up close to the three-quarters to make the extra man, and he's going blind. John Williams going blind there, in trouble, back there now to Gray. Gray now, a bad one to Phillips, and the whistle's gone for a knock-on, and we're still in the Pumas 25 of the field. Echegare, the Puma scrum half, number 9. Let's have it in again. And again. And this time Gale has it against the head. And it's Turner going blind there, Phillips with him, and it's a bad pass there as Jugado comes up on the Pumas 25. Hughes brought down there. Now then, can we get it back? And it's Bob Phillips away there. Good kick by Phillips, and play right down near the Pumas line on the Welsh left. Right wing Walter. Well taken there, and back to Etchegaray, to Darting Alonge. And as John Williams comes across, Darting Alonge gains 15 yards of ground for the Argentinians. And a little cheer there for Norman Gale, who followed up with enthusiasm. And Stuart Ferguson to throw into the line-out. At the back there, taken by Lojola. Etchegaray waiting for it. And it's Etchegaray going on the blind side with good support there from Walter, but he's put a foot out of play, and Brian Rees raises his jersey or his flag on the Pumas 10-yard line. Ferguson to the line out, and well taken there by Anthony and Otanio, and the line out technique there, but of the Argentinians, praiseworthy, but obstruction once again, and this is what hasn't been happening. But let's make it perfectly clear that Ken John is a very popular referee over here, and it's Stuart Ferguson to come up to see if he can make it 6-0. And this will be 35-38 yards. Just over 18 minutes gone, and it's Stuart Ferguson to try to make it 6-0 to Wales. It's a good try, he's got the length, and it's over. 6-0 it is after 18 minutes, 2 penalties by Ferguson of Swansea, and Wales in the lead by 6 points. The crowd obviously not as vociferous as they would have been if the Pumas were leading by 6 instead of losing. And now it's Darting Alonge to restart the game. John Lloyd going up for it, he touched it, and so it'll be a line out. Otherwise the ball might well have gone straight out of play. Now this referee, Ken John, was to have refereed earlier games, and he had cartilage trouble, and it looks as though he's had to go off. There is a reserve referee ready, though. It's Signor Tossi, whom you may remember refereed the first game, and therefore Ken John, after refereeing the first 26.5 minutes of this game here in Buenos Aires, has to go off with the injury that had prevented him refereeing earlier games. A new referee then, and we remember what happened in Paris not so long ago when a similar thing happened, and on that occasion, of course, the linesman took the place of the referee. And it's up to Perez there. Perez with a kick and a line out well inside the Welsh 25. Laurie Daniel to the right, line out with the Pumas pressing, and Wales still leading 6-0. Wiltshire up there beautifully to Turner, and Turner a kick in a hurry under pressure, and the Pumas gain a yard or two of ground. Perez to the line out, but it's Dennis Hughes getting it there, barging his way through. Welsh forwards in support. Now can they get it? But it's well taken, and Etchegaray there going round. Etchegaray to Darting Alonge, and Perez is over. The Pumas have scored. No, it's a forward pass. Forward pass with the crowd getting on their feet here. Forward pass, Signor Tossi. But the Pumas now have had Wales under pressure for 9 or 10 minutes. Turner to the set scrum, and the referee's whistle goes. And it's a penalty against the Welsh front row, I believe. We'll find out when they've resolved this slight tangle. Yes, it's a penalty for a front row infringement. No, it's not. It's a set scrum. Now, he was measuring out the 5 yards, and after 29 minutes, it's a quick heel there. Are they going to go for a pushover? They surely must score here. Yes, the Pumas have scored, I believe. Yes, they have, and it's 29 minutes gone. And I believe that score was by Dotigalonge, who attached himself to the scrum there after 29 minutes. And now the Gimnasia y Esgrima alight as it's 6-3, and Seaton to try to make it 6-5. Number 15, Seaton the fullback as the train goes by. And it's a good one, and just like Ferguson earlier on, he hit the post, and it's 6-3 to Wales. Ten minutes to go for half-time as Phillips restarts the game. And it's Anthony underneath it there, and Gale with a fly kick, and play just outside the Pumas 25. Perez, number 17. And that was Chester there, gaining a few yards of ground for the Argentinians. Laurie Daniel to the line out. Mainwaring going up for it, back to Turner, to Phillips, to Glenn Ball. Ball with a break, a beautiful break by Glenn Ball. And now it's Tony Gray with it to Phillips again. John Dawes over the 25. John Dawes going through on his own, and a beautiful try by Wales, scored by Ferguson after a magnificent passing movement. And that was one of the best tries we've seen on the tour so far, scored after 31 minutes of the first half. Well, Ferguson didn't convert his own try. That made the score 9-3. And that was the score at half-time. And we rejoin play now in the second half. Bob Phillips to restart the game. Otanio and Anthony under it. Back to Turner. Turner muffed that one. And the Pumas now on the Welsh 25. Walter to the back of the line out, but it's John Lloyd there on the Welsh 25, and Dawes with a fly kick, but the whistle had gone and we'll have a set scrum on the muddy patch caused by the overnight rain. Echegare, Puma scrum half, Silva taking it at number 8, to Jugado, Jugado with a lovely run, to Walter, and Walter trying to barge his way over, but he put a foot out of play, and it's a line out, 10 yards short of the Welsh line. And one feels that if only the Pumas would move the ball about a bit more, they could do a lot better, because when they get it and pass it, they look dangerous. Stuart Ferguson to the line out. And a bad one there, giving it to them. Dotigalonge going through on his own. Pulled down there by Dave Morris, just under the Welsh posts. The Pumas looking dangerous. Can they get it back this time? I don't think it'll come out of there. Yes, it has. The whistle had gone, and it's a set scrum. Silva dived over, but the whistle had gone with the Pumas attacking now. And the crowd here in Buenos Aires, as you can hear, getting excited really for the first time in this match. Silva has it, going away on his own, trying to give it there to Pascual. Pascual gives it out to Perez, but he was out of play, and it's a line-out. And now they're retiring because the play's on the Welsh line, straight there to Phillips, And Phillips late tackle there, but a good kick by the Welsh outside half, and he was injured in that one. A nasty bit of late tackling there, and Phillips was hurt. Perez to the line out. The Pumas now subjecting Wales to pressure. That wasn't straight, and the whistle's gone. "24 minutes gone in the second half. Play inside the Welsh 25. Argentina shot the crowd, but it's Wales with a heel, and Turner with a bad kick, and Perez going through there. Nesta Perez pulled down just short of the Welsh line. Pumas still attacking. Turner, and the Welsh are holding it, and again they're swinging that scrum, and they've got it. Silva trying to barge his way through, the Puma skipper. Play on the Welsh line now. The Pumas want it back badly, but the referee's whistle is gone. The crowd really erupting here now, and the referee bringing the Welsh forwards back. The back row on their own line. This big crowd here, really excited, and they're trying for a pushover try. But out of that, anything can come. Perez tries to get it. He's trying to barge his way over. He's been held up there well. And Wales breathe again. First-class defence by the Welshman there. And a few valuable yards of ground gained, but sustained pressure on Wales now. Etchegaray waiting for it, looking for the offside. Dave Morris was there with a boot. And it's Dadingalonge trying to go through, but Wales still strong in defence, and play now midway between the Welsh line and the Welsh 25. But the crowd has woken up after a fairly quiet reception for Wales' scores. This, of course, is understandable. Laurie Daniel to the line out, but it's beautifully taken there by the Pumas. And now the Argentinians trying to get it up there. Jugado knocks it on, and it'll be a set scrum. And the Welsh defence has held out so far under sustained pressure from the Argentine national side. Glyn Turner, the defending scrum half, with the ball in the shadow of his own posts. And this time it's a penalty to the Argentinians right in front of the Welsh posts for an offence by the Welsh front row. And Seaton with an absolutely easy kick here to make it 9-6 after 27 minutes. Jorge Seaton, the fullback for the Pumas, with the kick, and it's over. 9-6 it is, and 12 minutes left for play. Well, it's 9-6, and after all that pressure, the Pumas certainly deserve to score, and it's Stuart Ferguson to restart play. Dave Morris calling the rest back. And he's hit the post for the second time, but this time not in anger. Jugado with it, just outside his own line. He could be in trouble as Glenn Ball goes up for him, but he finds touch outside his own 25. Daniel to the line out. And once again back to Etchegaray, to Dadingalonge, to Pasquale, and it's a beautiful interception there by Phillips. A long one out there to Lloyd, John Lloyd and Norman Gale. Gale going inside on his own. Great play by the Welsh there, turning defence into attack, and play now inside the Pumas 25 with a set scrum. Etchegaray to the scrum. To Dadingalonge, and play outside the Pumas 25. 7 minutes left, only 3 points in it. Wales 9, Pumas 6. And Daniel to the line-out. And Wiltshire gets it beautifully there. Turner with a kick. Up to Seaton inside his own 25. Seaton opening it up. Glenn Ball gets him. Now it's to Pasquale. Jugado with it. Jugado with Walter outside him. Over the halfway line. Walter really have to go now. But he's crowded out. A great run there by Walter. And Dawes is there. Played deep down in Welsh territory now. If the Pumas can get it back, they're going to look dangerous. Darting along here with it to Etchegaray. Etchegaray going on his own. Ball loose. Darting along here, has it again. Long sustained play this. The whistle hasn't gone for quite some time. And Walter Williams of Neath barging his way through. Wiltshire there with a fly kick and a set scrum. It's not a set scrum, it's a penalty there for presumably for offside against Wiltshire, and a chance here for Seaton to equalise the score with 6 minutes left for play. .35 yard kick this, and with time running out, only 6 minutes left, a lot hinges on this one. Seaton to try and equalise the score. Seaton with a kick, but it's just past, I think. It's over. It's 9-all and just over 5 minutes left to play. Stuart Ferguson to restart the game. Anybody's game now. 9-all it is. Right up to Seaton, the hero himself. And is he going to open it up as Glyn Turner comes up to challenge him? No, he's going to touch it down. And it's Jugado there with the ball now. In the final minutes now, 9-all. Across comes Ferguson, and it's gone right out of play, and it'll be a set scrum on the 25. Now, if Wales can get a heel from this scrum and score. Just over 4 minutes of proper time left. Glyn Turner with the ball. Wales have it. A bad one to Phillips, but John Williams comes up there, hasn't found touch. And as Daniel comes tearing up, the ball goes dead for another 25 drop out. Darting along the kicker this time. The Pumas outside half. Straight there to Ferguson. Ferguson going through on his own, but up against a wall of Puma defenders. And now it's out to Walter. Walter with a high kick. Beautifully placed there. John Williams underneath it. So is Dave Morris. Walter going for it again. Walter looking for somebody to pass it to. The Welsh defence coming back in a hurry. And now it's Silva with it. Silva to Etchegaray, to Darting Alonge in trouble. And now they're running into each other. Jugado with it again. Jugado to Walter. Walter down the line. And Wales looking shaky now, but Glenn Ball has it. Trying to get it to Dawes. Dawes now to Daniel. Daniel away on his own. Daniel up to the halfway line. Daniel a great run. And a throw in now on the halfway line as Daniel got really well and truly bumped there. And Daniel to throw into the line out on the halfway line. We're in extra time. 9-all. And Daniel is... It's Daniel who was bumped rather badly a little while ago. He's still a bit shaky, and play will halt for just a moment. So Daniel goes off the field, and John Lloyd it is who's gone to take the run out. Daniel sitting on the sideline. Wales now with 14 men, but it's Wiltshire with it, and Wiltshire selling the dummy, gaining 5 or 10 yards, but I think we'd like to see it thrown about by the backs now. Etchegari going away in his own, but the referee's whistle had gone. And that is it. That's the end of the game. A draw again, the second draw of the tour. Wales 9, the Pumas 9. Dennis Hughes racing for the ball as a souvenir. The crowd coming onto the field. And that's the end of what wasn't a very great game of rugby football, but certainly not the worst we saw this tour. Wales 9, a try and 2 penalties. The Pumas 9, a try and 2 penalty goals. Well, there it is, the end of an eventful 3 weeks. Played 6, won 3, drawn 2, lost 1. A tour full of interest, and I'm sure you at home will agree that the standard of Argentinian football is a lot higher than perhaps many of you gave credit for. Some of the Welsh players who came out here have made names for themselves, and many of them, I'm quite sure, will be knocking at the door of international honours in the very near future. The rest of the party now come back to Wales. I, unfortunately, and I really mean that, have to go on to Mexico. I'd rather be going home with the rest. But we hope that you at home have enjoyed the films we've been sending home to you of this tour, and on behalf of all the Welsh party here in South America, da bochi, goodbye.